Hi there, this is Josh from Literary Gladiators, and today I'm here with a book haul. The book haul is going to cover the books that I bought on my most recent trip to Second Time Books in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. This is my fourth visit there. I always enjoy going there after my visit to my high school. I take part in their tournament awards that I was very passionate about and put together during high school, and this bookstore is on my way back, so I always have myself a time, and this is no exception to the rule. I'll show you what I got. The first book that I got while I was there, and I'm doing this in order of area. I'm sorting them out: history, literature, food, and art and music. First one is Salmon P. Chase, a biography by John Niven. This covers Salmon P. Chase's very great career. He was the Secretary of the Treasury under Abraham Lincoln. He was very instrumental as far as funding the Civil War was concerned, and he was also Lincoln's selection for Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. It was his last Supreme Court appointment. But I'm really intrigued to learn a bit more about Chase. I have a Seward biography, so this will definitely fit in. Next book that I got is The Life and Selected Writings of Thomas Jefferson, which includes the autobiography, the Declaration of Independence, and his public and private letters. If you know enough about Thomas Jefferson, he was much more of a writer than he was a speaker. The only speeches that he ever gave were for his inaugural addresses in 1801 and 1805. But you really get to know him through his writing and through his very strong statements. He was much more of a writer than a speaker, and I think this is going to be the testament for doing so. I'm a huge enthusiast for him, so this is a testament to me getting to learn much more about him from his perspective and through his writing. One of the great things about Second Time Books is that they have books from the American President series. These are different contributors and historians that write a biography for each U.S. president. In many cases, the books go for over $30. Here, they're only $7 or $8, so I like to take advantage, and on this occasion, I bought 4 of them. I currently have the William Henry Harrison biography that I read to prepare for the discussion about his inaugural address from 1841. But the biographies I have here are for George Washington by James MacGregor Burns and Susan Dunn. For James Madison by Garry Wills. Woodrow Wilson by H.W. Brands, and Brands also did a biography for Reagan as of recent. And for Calvin Coolidge by David Greenberg. I am very eager to incorporate these into my collection. Now we're going to move on to the literature. And I was able to get a lot in bulk, which I like to get if I can get the novels in a bulk collection, that's a winning situation for me. But first I'm going to show you the individual books that I got. An American Tragedy by Theodore Dreiser. This was on the list of books that every reader should read that my sister got me for my birthday. That my sister got for me. And The Casualty by Heinrich Boll. I read one of Boll's books before, and I read a short story of his. I want to read much more of what he has to offer, and this really looks intriguing. Immersing myself in adding more plays to my collection, I picked up the complete plays and prose of Georg Buchner, which is translated and with an introduction by Carl Richard Mueller. The plays in this collection include Danton's Death, Lenois and Lena, and Wojciech, and the prose in this collection includes Lenz and the Hessian Carrier. And he did not live a long life, so this is a very limited backlog of his. Next two books that I got were two Library of America books that include the novels and novellas of William Faulkner. This one, which is the novels from 1930 to 1935, include As I Lay Dying, Sanctuary, Light in August, and Pylon, while the collection from 1936 to 1940 includes Absalom, Absalom, The Unvanquished, If I Forget Thee, Jerusalem, and The Hamlet. We went over A Rose for Emily back in Season 2, and we taped a new discussion for his short story Barn Burning, which will be going up in November. But these will give me the opportunity to immerse myself in his novels and books. And I also picked up a book that includes the novels of Dashiell Hammett. And this collection includes Red Harvest, The Dane Curse, The Maltese Falcon, The Glass Key, and The Thin Man. This is the first time that I ever went into the back of the store. I didn't know if the section behind the register was actually legible for customers, but it turns out that it is. And that's where they keep a great selection of additional books. For me, I found books about art, music, and food. And in particular, I got two more books about cheese. This is Cheese Primer by Stephen Jenkins. I was looking through this a little bit, and he's pretty straightforward with his positions on how cheese should be served. And he's a big stickler for keep it in as much of its original form as possible. You want to serve it at room temperature. And any time you either pre-shred, pre-slice, pre-grind, that takes away from the flavor of the cheese, which I will admit to being somewhat guilty of some of the shredding and the grinding. I don't like when cheese comes pre-sliced, pre-packaged, and suctioned into this very icky, just plastic coated cheese pack. That's always turned me away, even though I will eat it on I'll have slices on on an Italian sandwich. And the other book that I got is The Cheesemonger's Kitchen, Celebrating Cheese in 90 Recipes by Chester Hastings, with photographs by Joseph de Leo. And I enjoy coming across cheese cookbooks. James McNair put together a cheese cookbook, and I think that this one is going to be interesting too. I got 3 biographies about composers, which has caught my attention in some way, shape, or form. This one is for George Frederick Handel by Paul Henry Lang. I got Schumann, A Chorus of Voices, which includes interviews and conversations with John C. Tibbets, and a foreword by Emanuel Axe. And I got a Mozart biography, Mozart, A Life by Maynard Solomon. At this point I have a few of Mozart's biographies, but then again he and Beethoven are quite fascinating composers, both with their music and their personality. And the last book that I got is Cezanne, A Life, by Alex Danchev. And this covers the life and times of Paul Cézanne, who was a painter. And I was looking through some of the paintings in here, and it really reflects a genius of a man. And this explores Cézanne's attitude and personality as well, and his mental state of mind, and how I can draw some kinds of comparisons to Van Gogh, even though Van Gogh was consumed by his madness and by his lack of success during his own personal lifetime. Those are all of the books that I got while I was visiting Second Time Books. I definitely would like to go back and visit sometime in the near future. I am really piling up on my book collection, but there's always room for more. And I hope you check out some... I'm looking forward to checking out some of these books, and I hope you check out some more videos from our channel. If you like what you see, please like, comment, subscribe, and also support us on Patreon. That would mean a lot to us. Thank you, and for now, keep reading.